Okay, so if you've finished doing all of those locations, the next thing we're up to in the tutorial is 2.4, adding actions, and that is on page 14 if you want to follow along using the Word document. So let's go to the first location where actions are used, and that is Alex's bedroom. So if we click on Alex's bedroom, and we can see that it's highlighted there in green, so you know you're on the right location. And the actions occurred after we clicked on the item, Alex, and this is where we could ask him questions down here. So as you can see here, it says add new action. All you need to do is click on that, and that's going to turn into a dialog box where you can actually add some text. So the first thing we're going to do is say ask about fish deaths, and then click enter. Now it's really important, once you actually clicked enter, it's saved that name, but click on it again and see how it goes bold. That's when you know that you're on the content page for this actual action. And you can also see up here it says current view, general locations, Alex's room, Alex, ask about fish deaths. So that's the breadcrumbs telling you where you're at. You will also notice that the action tab has come to the forefront, and here are all the properties for this particular action. Now as you can see, when we typed it in there, it automatically put the name in here, so you don't need to worry about that, except I might give this a capital. When we tab down, you can see that the capitals actually happened over here as well. Now monetary cost, we'll go into that at a later date, and time cost, we'll do that later as well. Is this a final task? No, it's not, and we will be using that later on. Position in list. If you have a number of actions over here and you want to change the sequence of them occurring, you can actually move them up and down using these arrows here. The prerequisites, we don't need any prerequisites right at the moment, but we will be using that later. And with feedback if performed, you can actually put feedback in here if this action was chosen by the user. It's up to you what you want that feedback to be, whether it's congratulations, that's a really good question, or this was unnecessary and time wasting, etc. And of course, don't forget, like I always say, very important, let's rename this page. So ask about deaths. Okay, and then the last step of course is to add the content. So in this one, I find a quick way of doing this, you can say rename, highlight it there, and copy that text, and then I can click in this page and just paste the text in here. That's just a quick way of not having to repeat what you're typing all the time. Now if we go over to our tutorial, we can see our yellow box, and we can copy the information, and then just paste it into our. And as I said before, when you're actually creating your own scenarios, you can easily use a Word document or a PowerPoint document to write all your content. And essentially when you're building your SBLi tutorial, that's what you'll be doing, is copying and pasting. And if we wanted to give them a hint, we would say to continue, please use actions on your left. Okay, so in this content here, he tells us that he washes the bowl. So that is what triggers the next question. So in the actions over here, once again, add a new action, ask about cleaning bowl. And again, click on it so you can see that it's bold. Make sure that you've got the right content. Over here, because the name is already there and we don't have to do any of this, I'm going to quickly jump straight to the content page, and I'm going to say ask about cleaning. I'm going to copy that as the title and copy in my text from the tutorial. And once again, just to be quick, because the hint is pretty much the same, I'm going to go back there, copy that hint and paste it into here. Okay, in this instance, he mentions that he uses the swimming pool, so that's going to be relevant later on when we're talking about prerequisites. And the last action was ask about fly spray. So this is essentially here just to give it another possible option for what could be going wrong. Going to get rid of that, copy that. Copy the text from your document and paste it in. Okay, and also don't forget, we almost forgot to change this content page name. Now the hint here will be something like continue your investigations by clicking on locations in the top left window. Okay, but before we do that, let's brighten up some of these pages. So we said ask about fish deaths. If we wanted to, we could add an image in here, which we've already done before. That was the dead fish, so we'll leave that. Ask about cleaning the bowl, so we can add an image in here. Go to our media library, fish tutorials. Actually, I'll use the search function this time, and we'll just put in cleaning. Try clean. There we go. Clean. Import. And then we've got an image there. And then fly spray. It's good to note that sometimes when you do copy and paste, the HTML will interpret some of the word, inverted commas, etc. in a bizarre way. So you may need to just delete them and retype them. And an image. Once again, very simple. I'm going to use a search again. I'm going to say spray, and I'll go with fly spray. There we go. It's a little big. I might shrink it down a little. Whoopsie. There we go. That looks a bit better.